iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
Hey there, everybody. It's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. All right, let's get to it right now. Big news in fantasy baseball. People were panicking about Clayton Kershaw's MRI. I mean, listen to me. How many good pitchers are there? Clayton Kershaw is one of them. Went in for an MRI. He has bicep tendonitis. Best news, right? Worst case scenario is when you hear elbow inflammation, Dr. Frank Job. Best news, bicep tendonitis. Now look, bicep tendonitis hurts, but he'll be okay. You rest it, put a little ice on it, a little treatment, a little massage, a little ultrasound. He'll be back in a couple of weeks. Miss a couple of starts, there you go. All right, would I trade for Clayton Kershaw? Probably. Here's why. I'll give you multiple reasons why and how I would trade for Clayton Kershaw. First of all, your team sucks. You're desperate, and you're trying to cling for life. You make a shot with a big deal with Kershaw. You hope that his owner's panicking because he's going to be out and he's injured. Oh, the back is injured. Now the bicep. I got to get rid of this guy. You make a deal for Kershaw. He comes back in the second half and he's great. Way number one. Way number two. I have a good team already, and I'm trying to end this league, and I go to the Kershaw owner and I go, look, you're nervous. I'll take a shot on him. If he comes back, I win. Boom. So if I'm a bad team, I might go for a Kershaw. If I'm a good team, I might go for Kershaw for those aforementioned reasons. If I'm in the middle, I don't know. Maybe I'd make a move for Kershaw. But right now, I want to talk about something today, which I think is very important. I think at this point, you have to start looking at the statistics. So it's been a little over a month, okay? Now is a good chance to look at the standings and see how far away you are from making an impact. So I'm going to give you my home league today for an example, so maybe I'll help myself out while I'm helping you guys out. In hitting, I'm 245. Not too good. Bottom 5. 271 is winning. How pathetic is that? 264 is second. 260 is third. Can I get an average hitter? Maybe. Hard to find average hitters. How about home runs? 72 is in first place. 66 is in second. I've got 58, and I'm 7th place in a 15-team league. I'm 8 home runs from about 5 points. Okay, so now I know, let me write this down. I can get 5 points with 8 home runs. That's doable. Next, runs scored. I've got 210, and I'm in 7th place. 224 would get me 4 points. That's 14 runs scored, right? Now remember, when I'm looking at the statistics, the guy in first has 249. That seems a lot. Then the guy after him has 238. That seems a lot. But 224 I can get. Remember, when I start looking at the standings, I want to go for what I think is gettable, not the undoable. So, RBIs. I'm at 185. 209 would be about 5 points. So I need about 26 RBIs to get me up about 5 points. So if I get myself a home run hitter who can get some RBIs, I'm in business. Now, stolen bases, I'm at 29 stolen bases, 34 is in first place, and that's 5 points. So I need a guy who could do everything. Don't we all? But that would really help me. And I could get up. And if you see here, I probably can gain about 15 or 20 points very easily in hitting. I'm not that far away. I was a little bit an average, but in home runs, runs scored, RBIs, and stolen bases, I'm not that far away from about 20 points. Now let's take a look at pitching. So I'm at 3.816. 3.493 is 5 points ahead of me. That's doable. Maybe I'm not going to catch the guys at 2.5. Yeah, all right, I'm going to let that one go. But I certainly think I can get to about 3.4. Strikeouts per inning, I'm in last place. Amazingly so. I have 8.34 strikeouts per inning because we do KIP in my league. Now, you would think that wouldn't be last place because that's not a bad number. But there must be, people are getting very high strikeouts right now. So I've got a lot of room to grow in that area. And I'll tell you what I did in a second. I traded for Patrick Corbin. Saves, I'm at 9 saves, which is low. I'm not going to catch the dude at 32, but if I can get myself a closer, I might be able to get in the mix about 5 or 6 points. Wins, I'm at 17 points. If I was at 19 wins, and I'd be at 7 more points. 2 wins, I'm at 7 points. 2. Whip, I'm at 1.2. I really can only get about 1 point here. So a good closer and some strikeouts with a good ERA bops me up. And a couple of wins. So even though I'm very low in the standings, and I am low, I see a lot of room for growth. Is that going to continue? Well, I don't know. I've got to make some aggressive moves. So what you do next is you go down your roster. Well, who do I have versus what do I need? So here's my pitchers. I've got Patrick Corbin, Chad Bettis, Eduardo Rodriguez, Blake Snell, Jamison Taillon, and I added Caleb Smith in free agency. Well, I think I should be able to get some strikeouts from those guys, especially Corbin, Snell, Smith. Saves, I'm light, right? Because my closers, I really only have Roberto Osuna, and I've got Joe Jimenez, and I've got Kirby Yates and Chad Green. So I also got guys, Jose Alvarado, Amir Garrett, and Drew Steckenrider on my bench. I really need Alex Colomé to get traded, Brad Ziegler to get traded, Shane Green to lose his spot. I could have the saves. I've got 3 guys ready to pounce on saves. So I think I'm going to hold off on saves. But I could use another good starter. Now, I like Kirby Yates as much as the next guy. His numbers are microscopic. But the problem is this with Kirby Yates. And trust me when I tell you, I like him and I think he's a really good pitcher. But he's only thrown 10 innings for me and he's got 12 strikeouts. I need a guy who gets me 10 innings a week, not 10 innings a season. So as much as I like Kirby Yates, and I do, I need a guy who pitches more often. So he's a guy that I can move in a deal with other players. What about my hitters? Wilson Contreras hasn't done anything. I spent $20 on Wilson Contreras this year. He's hitting .232 with 1 home run. Do I cut him? Of course not. You wait. I wait. I've got Paul Goldschmidt. He's hitting .225. This is a guy who I thought was going to hit, .295. I thought Contreras was going to hit .275. My average may go up on its own. Brian Dozier hitting .234. Orlando Arcia hitting .222. Manuel Margot hitting .169. Trey Mancini hitting .258. I will get the average. It will come. Right? So now the question is, will my power come? Well, who did I expect to get power from? Contreras, I expected 20 home runs. He's got 1. Goldschmidt, I expected 30. He has 4. Manuel Margot, I thought would have 15. He's got 1. Trey Mancini, I thought he'd have 20. He has 3. Matt Olson, I thought he'd have 40. He has 4. So what do I need to do? I need to be patient. I need to be patient. Because I say to myself the following. If my guys do what I expect them to do, I'll be okay. I'll be okay. It just may not happen as quickly as I want it to. And trust me, I want it to happen yesterday. But right now, there's nothing I can do here except wait. Maybe keep my eyes on some trades. And I ask myself this question. Which guys of mine can I trade who are overperforming for guys who are underperforming? So, for example, Corey Dickerson, been a very good guy for me. Hitting .315, 5 home runs, 24 RBIs. He's helping me a lot now. But what can I get for Corey Dickerson? See, I'm not going to get as much for Wilson Contreras now. A month ago, I could have gotten 100 cents on the dollar. Now I get 90 cents on the dollar, and I don't make those deals because I'm making them out of desperation. The minute I make one of those deals, I lose. That's the problem. Now, also you look at your reserve squad. I've got Miguel Sano on the DL. I got Jake Lamb on the DL. I've got guys who are really good hitters who are waiting to come up, but I can't bring them up yet. I can't get them in my lineup yet. So am I going to panic? No. I need a couple of big weeks. I need Lamb and Sano to get in my lineup. I need Willie Calhoun to start hitting in the minor leagues. I need Goldschmidt to start hitting. I need Contreras to start hitting. Will all those things happen? No. But could a lot of them happen? Are they unreasonable? No, I think they're reasonable. See, I always ask myself, am I reasonable in my expectations? I think I'm reasonable. Those things should happen. If I am reasonable, then I'll be able to make a run. So when you're looking at guys who are underproducing, are you being reasonable? Is it reasonable to think Wilson Contreras will have 20 home runs and 70 RBIs? I would have thought that when the year started. I thought he was a top 3 catcher. He's hitting .232 with 1 home run. That's going to change. It has to change. Otherwise, I'm going to be losing. And that may happen too. Which is why baseball is a very frustrating game. Because guys don't always do what you want them to do. As much as you need them to do. Doesn't always work out that way. But here's what I can tell you. You put yourself in the right spot. You'd make the right calls with the players you think at the time. And that's how you live. You're not always going to be right, but you try your best to be right. You try your best to be right. And you have to remain patient with those guys because I can't give up on Wilson Contreras. I give him to somebody else. He goes on a hot streak for a month. I didn't benefit. That's a problem. But you know how you benefit? From me and Sean Childs and Adam Ronis at scoutfantasysports.com. That's how you benefit. Check us out there. How about playffwc.com? By the way, right now, if you subscribe to our YouTube page, you will be entered for a free World Championship entry. How cool is that if you subscribe to our YouTube page? Awesome stuff. Playffwc.com. Sign up for one of our drafts now. Come out to the Palms. Come to Vegas. Have a great time. Hang out with Dr. Roto, Sean Childs, Adam Ronis, many other people there. And you'll see so many people there drafting just like you. It's a really great experience, and I highly, highly recommend it. But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. By the way, I don't know what time you're listening to this, but I'll be on FNTSY, Fantasy Sports Radio tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Flying solo. Rotus is taking a cruise. Dr. Roto, right there for you. I'll catch you guys later. Have a great day. Be well. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!